Hi, my name is Mike Tedman from Spark Creative, and welcome to our fireside chat and panel on creating compelling content during COVID, or breaking through the fog. I'm joined today by Al Samuels, who's the CEO at Spark, as well as our client, Jeff Harbach, the CEO at Kauffman Fellows. Thanks both of you for joining. We're here to discuss The Pitch, which was a mini comedy musical over Zoom that parodies VCs and fundraising that you've seen as part of this session. Spark's worked with Kauffman for over 10 years. We do leadership training for an annual summit that they produce for VCs, where the workshops really focus on agility and creativity and communications, team building, a lot of things that really help accelerate and hopefully create better chances of success for VCs and for startups. And due to shelter in place, the summit that was produced this year was done over Zoom, as was our sessions. And as part of that program, we created The Pitch, which was done, of course, in short form video. And I'd like to just start out by asking Jeff, how did you decide to have Spark do the video? What was kind of the purpose behind it?
Yeah, thanks, Michael. So, we're Kauffman Fellows is the largest and most connected network of venture capitalists in the world. We're about 750 fellows across 50 or so different countries. If you're in the VC or entrepreneur space, it's likely that you met and have worked with a fellow in your own ecosystem. And we get together once, we have a 2-year program that individuals go through, fellows go through in order to become a fellow. And as part of this 2-year program, we call it a behavioral fitness program. They start off with module 1, which is their orientation module. And we really go deep into building, into breaking down the walls of kind of, insecurities and go into building deep relationships. And one of the most critical sessions that we do is a session that we do with Spark Creative. We've been partnering with them forever, Al and his team, and we've really loved it. And so we said, when we're going virtual this year, how do we keep this new and innovative and still maintain the ability to connect in this deep way that we do when we're in person? And so that's when Al and his team came up with this idea. We've done some parodies in the past and came up with this idea of creating this video for The Pitch, and we loved it, and they did a great job. It was awesome.
Great, thanks. And Al, to create the video on VCs and startups, how did the team approach the writing and producing the content?
Yeah, so there's two obviously elements. One is the technical and one is the creative. The technical was really fun and presented a cool creative challenge. We had 13 actors, all in obviously had to be socially distanced in their own homes and places of work, wherever they're socially distanced. But we made it look like it was a Zoom call, but everyone was recording on their own phones or cameras, and then eventually that had to be all synced up later. But because they were singing, you had to make sure that it was all processed through a specific system that is the technical elements are far beyond me. But it was edited together with the original song that we wrote, put together, and then edited to look like a Zoom call, which I think they did a great job. But the creative was, we spoke to people at Kauffman Fellows within the industry, found out what was fun, what was frustrating, what's a challenge, and created it. And we had our writing staff and our actors, who are all professional writers and actors, do it, and I think they did a great job.
Fantastic. And I guess the video speaks for itself, but do you think VCs are funny?
Oh my God, Michael, VCs are so funny, but they really are. They are. I mean, funny in a great way. But everyone, this is what is great. We've worked with so many companies, and there is something funny in every industry. The challenge, though, is to we don't use a humor just as a mean to an end. Humor for us is really a way with which people can become connected. So whether it's a workshop that we teach or some content, branded content, or content that we create for them, if we use humor, it is an entree into helping people feel more connected and feel a deeper sense of belonging to whatever organization they're part of.
Great. And what kind of feedback did you hear, Jeff, from the team or from the industry? What did you think?
Oh, that was awesome. I mean, some of it hit a little too close to home, so I'm sure there were some fellows that were laughing with them and also laughing at the video. But just as Al said, I mean, humor is part of helping people connect. And if you imagine, we're bringing all these individuals together for this first module of their 2-year experience, and none of them really know each other. So they're walking into a room for 3.5 days to really build a relationship with somebody that you've never met before. And so using humor is a critical way of breaking down some of those walls, breaking down some of those barriers that they walk into the room with. And it's a way to kind of open up everybody. Everybody has some fun together. Everybody laughs together. But then it builds those connections that enables further deep, meaningful, authentic conversations. So the feedback that we got was great. It's great every time we're with them. In fact, the virtual module was the highest rated module that we've ever done, in person or virtual. And the session that we did with Spark Creative was the highest rated session that we did with Spark Creative ever, which is also incredible. We're looking to continue to build on that.
That's great to hear. Al, you produce a lot of content for brands, live events or short form video. How do you use humor to engage? And I guess, how does COVID change that?
Yeah, I mean, Jeff said it really well. Humor is one of the best, and for us, we think maybe the best way for people to feel connected. Normally, when we see something, we go to a movie, we go to a show, there's a lot of people around, there's laughter, you hear other people laugh, you laugh. But also, in times of COVID, it seems it's even more important because, first of all, we need a reason to entertain and to laugh, but also to truly feel connected more so than ever. So, when you think of yourself, you're sending a funny video to somebody 1,000 miles away. You're like, oh, did you see this video? Or did you hear about this? Or did you watch this TV show? And again, just to reiterate, humor is a means to an end for people to feel that connection. And in times of COVID, they need that connection more than ever.
Okay, great. So we've got about a minute to wrap up our short session. So Jeff, I'm going to give you the final thoughts. You work with a lot of VCs. How are they investing at the moment? What trends are you seeing that you can share?
Yeah, look, it is the virtual moments. I mean, we're trying to embrace those VCs that are looking at this, and entrepreneurs that are looking at this as an opportunity are the ones that we believe are going to succeed. So we're seeing entrepreneurs live in places that they're more comfortable living and not feel like they have to live where the capital sources are, but rather living where they feel like they can best build their companies. We're also seeing VCs kind of analyze the things that they do and think about the transactional parts of the business and also the relationship building pieces of the business, and looking at how we can leverage virtual to enable both and really to help us be more efficient and more impactful in both. So this is a really big opportunity for the industry and for innovation at large. And we want to make sure we're focusing on taking advantage of this opportunity and seeing what we can learn from it and how we can grow from it. We're excited.
Fantastic. Okay, great. Well, look, I hope everybody in the session enjoyed and found this clip entertaining, and maybe a few insights from what we shared today. Obviously, we're all registered on the event and love to hear from you. And thanks very much for taking part in the session today. Take care.